Your Excellency, sir, thank you so much for that very powerful keynote address and such also reflexive closing that has us thinking already about what we are here to do today. However, we're just getting started. And I now also again have the privilege of inviting our speaker for the second keynote address. Permit me to start on already existing protocol established to invite Your Excellency, sir, the High Commissioner of Tanzania to the United Kingdom, who is no other than His Excellency Mbelwa Kairuki. You're most welcome, sir, for your keynote address.
Professor Tim Allen, Director of Bureau's Large Institute. Your Excellency, my dear brother, Ambassador of Senegal, Ambassador Wade, distinguished scholars, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor to stand before you here today at LSE Africa Summit 2025. My sincere thanks goes to the organizers of this important event and for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts on this important topic. At a time when Africa finds itself at a crossroad, balancing immense potential with enduring challenges. The timing of this event is very important as we are now undergoing a process for the UK government to formulate a new approach to their engagement with Africa. This is a process that is ongoing at different levels at our diplomatic, within our diplomatic community, but also they're consulting with civil society, academia, etc. So I think this is the right platform to share our thoughts that will provide input to the new approach that UK is trying to formulate. We are meeting at a time when it is a fact that for far too long, the global narrative surrounding Africa has been defined by outdated perspectives of aid, extractive, and intervention. This view fails to recognize Africa's role and equal and essential partner in the global economy. In the past decades, we have witnessed initiatives like Live Aid, EPIC, heavily indebted poor countries, initiative, Millennium Development Goals, etc. While these efforts made an impact, they were often rooted in a paternalistic approach. Ladies and gentlemen, when all is said and done, the truth is Africa does not need saving. What Africa needs is a fair, mutually beneficial partnership that respects its agency and aligns with its development priorities. The African Union Agenda 2063, our collective vision for economic transformation, is already guiding our progress. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area, of which one of the architecture is here, Professor. It is the world's free trade area by number of countries. It is a landmark achievement that will enhance inter-Africa trade and economic reliance. Ladies and gentlemen, last year in 2024, IMF projected that 9 of the world's 20 fastest growing economies would be in Africa. The continent, already the 8th largest economy globally, and to put it in perspective, just behind the UK in nominal terms, has proven its capacity to thrive. But despite this positive picture, And despite these advances, we have seen UK's economic engagement with Africa dramatically declining. That is why us diplomats and other stakeholders, we are working hard to make sure we reverse that negative story. Once Africa's leading trading partner, UK now ranks 10th in imports from Africa, falling behind China, India, and the European Union. In the year 2022, UK aid to Africa accounted for only 0.04% of Africa's GDP, placing it behind Germany and France. When you look at foreign direct investment, UK's FDI to Africa has also been diminishing, with Africa receiving less than 1% of UK's total FDI outflows, mostly focused on financial services and extractives, rather than in value-added industries that could foster industrialization. These trends are not in the interest of Africa, nor are they long-term strategic interests of the UK. UK is serious about revitalizing its relationship with Africa as we are going through this new approach. Must move beyond these outdated models of the game. Africa should be seen not only as a marginal partner, but as a 10% partner with active collaboration in trade, finance, and political matters. This means trade volumes, expanding investments into new sectors, and actively supporting Africa-led institutions like the Africa Development Bank is the way to go. It also requires aligning UK-Africa engagement with Africa Continental Free Trade Area rather than pursuing bilateral trade agreements that undermines regional integration. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa's greatest asset is its youth. Over 60% of Africa's population is under 25, making it the youngest continent in the world. This is not just the demographic statistics, Africa's greatest strength. Africa's young people are pioneering advancements in technology, the art, culture, and sustainable development. From fintech innovations in Lagos to agri-tech solutions in Kigali, Africa's youth are not waiting for opportunities, they are creating opportunities. They are, in the world of James Robinson, our wealth in people. With that in mind, we must create an environment where their ambitions can thrive with the intent of unlocking the full potential of the generation and of African continent. This means investing in education, expanding access to mentorship and capital, and reforming restrictive visa policies that hinder mobility are revised. UK, with its vibrant African diaspora, has a unique opportunity to strengthen people-to-people ties by easing visa restrictions and expanding scholarship opportunities for African students. Likewise, a liberal extension of access to equity and capital available in the UK towards the African youth would go a long way towards transforming the rhetoric of partnership from paper to action. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond policy, UK must also play a proactive role in addressing structural barriers that hinder Africa's growth. African governments have long voiced concerns about the high cost of debt, particularly Eurobonds and private sector financing tied to burdensome conditions. Credit ratings agencies based here in London contribute to inflated risk premiums on African economies, limiting access to affordable financing. A UK-led reform of these mechanisms would not only benefit African nations, but also create new opportunities for British businesses looking to expand into Africa's dynamic markets. This is the kind of affirmative engagement Africa seeks, not one based on charity, but grounded in mutual benefit. The UK has an opportunity to shift from being a do-gooder to a genuine partner, actively investing in Africa's industrialization, infrastructure, and innovation. A partnership that values African agency, strengthens economic ties, and acknowledges that Africa's success is also a global success. It is this conviction that drives me today. I therefore call on all of you policymakers, business leaders, academics, and students to rethink how you engage Africa. Move beyond outdated narratives and embrace a future where Africa is no longer a passive recipient, but an active architect of its own destiny. The future is African, and the time to build lasting partnership is now. I thank you for your kind attention.